Hi folks, County Line Gardener back with you. Hey, today's the 1st of August. Time for a garden update. I try to do one the 1st of every month. We'll start here at the top of the hill, real close to the house. There's my four raised beds. As you can see, 3 of them are empty. 3 of them are empty. They had the onions in them, the big candy onions, and they did absolutely outstanding. And this is my strawberries, ever-bearing, and believe me, they are. I've been eating strawberries. This is the second time. Look at that. That pretty. I may have to test that and make sure it's good for everybody. Excuse me. Yes, it's good. Okay. On with the show. Here we go. Well, let's look at our blackberries first here. Okay? Okay, I want to show you something here. This is Freedom. This Primark Freedom. You notice I put the mulch down there, and it's working pretty well. It needs to be a lot deeper. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 rows down here. Next to that, well, let's see if you can read that. It's Wichita, I think, is how you pronounce it. Blackberry. These are all blackberries. Here's a Natchez. I think that's how you say it. Here's the Primark Freedom. Look how those things have grown. When I got them, I put them in the ground 2 months ago. They were about 3 inches high. I'm serious. They were only 3 inches high. It's time to come down here and start putting the wires up for them. And this is the Arkansas Traveler is the first one. And we'll swing around here real quick, and I want to show you something. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 6 rows of blackberries. This used to be our regular garden. Well, we run out of room in that big garden, believe it or not, 350 long by 120 wide. We run out of room. I haven't figured that out yet, but we did. We didn't have any place to put the pumpkins. So we put the pumpkins down here. Now this was before we put the blackberries down here. I wanted to plow them up, but my wife said absolutely not. So here's what I got. Where you see this last rebar or T-bar, believe it or not, folks, there's a row of blackberries down through there. If you look hard enough, you'll see them in there. That's why I'm wanting to cut down these daggone pumpkins. I don't eat them. I don't like anything to do with them. They're cool to look at, but that's about it. But they're in there. Them weeds are coming out of there. And weeds are coming out of there today or tomorrow or this weekend. But the pumpkins are growing. I could care less whether they did or not, but my wife likes them. So, well, she called the shot on that, but it was our fault. We put them up here. And this last row, I'm trying to see what it is now. I got stuck in the ground here. Is a Primark Traveler. Okay. Okay, we got 2 rows of them. Okay. So, tell you what, let's go on up to the garden. This won't be a very long video today because, frankly, I don't have a whole lot to show you. Like I said, this is August the 1st. I've got some things are dying. Some things have already been picked. We'll go up here, go through the front gate. And there it is. You guys have all seen it before. Oh man, it's a labor of love for me. But right here, this is my potato patch right here. This is the only thing I've got growing headed east and west, and that's because of the leaning of the ground. It drains so much better this way. But we'll move them next year. Didn't have any bugs this year. We sprayed them. We sprayed them every single Saturday morning, all season. Now, where we're coming up on now, you'll recall from the earlier videos, was my green beans and my purple hull peas. Here's the potatoes again. My wife thinks they're ready to dig up. Some of them plants are still growing. I hate to dig them up if they're still growing, but I guess I will. You know, we'll have plenty whether they are or not. But here we had let's see, we had 4 rows of green beans here called Strike. 1, 2, 3, and there's the 4th row. Then we had 4 rows starting right here, purple hull peas. Oh my goodness, if you'll watch one of my last videos on the purple hull peas, my goodness, you talk about something that was prolific. Well, they were more than we could handle. I hate to admit it. There's just the 2 of us, and we picked purple hull peas and canned about 30 quarts out of, I think it was 3 rows. About 3 rows. Each row was about a bushel, something like that. I don't remember. And the last row, I'll never grow the 4 rows again. I just won't do it. That's wasting them. That's wasting them, and I'm not going to waste them. But I mowed them all down. They're done. They're done. I've got 2 rows of green beans left, but here's something I wanted to show you. I'm a little concerned about. That's my tomato patch. There's 148 tomatoes plants in there. This is August the 1st. They're starting to turn, as you can see, but they're not turned yet. This is August the 1st. I ought to have had a couple bushel of red tomatoes by now. Yellow tomatoes by now. I'm going to come up here as soon as I'm going to take this camera back to the house, and I'm going to come back up and I'm going to pick what I got, because I got a lot of things, tomatoes, stewed tomatoes, things like that, juice to make. But if they're starting to come on. They're starting to come on. Here we go. I guess I don't know. I don't understand it. I planted them the same time as I did last year, the first week of May. We did have a drought, a little bit of a drought. This plant here, I don't know if I got seed packages mixed up or not, but I want to show you this. These things are delicious, and they are. I label everything in the garden what it is, so I'll know what it is. And here's what I'm getting. I don't know what that is, folks. It's a little yellow tomato, and I got something labeled wrong or something. Happens every year, but not 4 plants. But I got 4 plants of these things, and I don't know what to do with it. They are delicious, though. They are great. They're kind of a egg-shaped yellow plant. I don't know. But, here's some plants I love. These are called bush beefsteak, I believe. I'll have to look it up. But look how small the plants are. The plants don't get very big, but look how many tomatoes I got. And here's some more of the bush style in the 2nd row. See how small them plants are? That's what I like. The weeds are trying to take over. I'm going to have to get the tiller up here one more time. One more time, I think. But we finally got the rain. What we had was 17 days of no rain. 17 days. And, well, we finally got it. But in the meantime, I had watered 3 or 4 times, and it takes about, oh my, 5, well, let's say 6 times up here with my water tank, which is 35 gallons. So you figure that out, do the math and figure it out. That's how many, and still that's not, folks, that's not getting it like you can, like a normal rain would, like nature's way of doing it. But they're coming on now. They're coming on. It's the first time I've been up here in a couple of days. I'm so glad to see that. Cucumbers, they're done. They're done. We picked all of them. Here's my peppers. They're growing great. They're growing great. My peppers grow great every year, and they have for the last 2 years. And I swear it's because I plant them early. I plant these seeds January. There's my wife's red cabbage. Red cabbage. I haven't seen the first little round head of cabbage in there yet, but you know, that's not my call. I wouldn't have planted them, but she seen them and she wanted them, so we planted them. And they did all right. They're doing okay. I got to come up here. I'm going to come up here as soon as I put this camera down. Go get me some bushel baskets. I might have a couple. There's some eggplant there. Well, there's some nice eggplants there. My wife said, she told me to come up here and look at this eggplant, and I hadn't yet. I just got off of work. I have a part-time job. Get off at 1 o'clock. Oh my. That's nice. Guess you folks can see this stuff. I can't see this viewfinder in this sunlight. I ain't complaining. Oh my, looky there. Them are nice. Them are nice. Peppers are nice. Those are nice. Let's see, those are Hungarian hot wax. Yeah. Yeah. I thought I was biting into a yellow, sweet yellow banana pepper the other day because I didn't have a label on it. And it wasn't. it was a Hungarian hot wax, and I'm telling you, I couldn't get back to the house fast enough to get me a drink of milk. I'm not real tough on that when it comes to eating them hot peppers. I can't do it. I can't do it. But garden's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it's typical for August. Got some things wanting to you know, go south. There's some red peppers, red bell peppers, which are green bell peppers. I mean, they all turn red, I think, anyway. There's our okra, doing great. I'll tell you what, we can't keep up with it. It grows so fast. I bet that stuff grows 3 inches a week. Here's our corn. I've already picked corn once. I think I did a video on that. I did, but I didn't publish it because it was awful. The video quality of it was just awful. But we just go down through here. That's what I do anyway. Remember, I make these rows 6 feet wide so I can get that big John Deere tractor down through here with that rototiller on the back. And I'll come along and I'll see when I know that's ready. I just pull it off. And there it is. And I throw it behind my back and it goes in the cart back there. And I'll do that all the way down through here. And it's simple. It's a simple thing for me to pick like this on the golf cart. Never get off of it. Just never get off of it. My corn's not real big this year. Not real big. It's okay, but it's just, oh well. It's just me and her. We've already sold a mess of it, so, you know. We had some birds eating it. I had some birds eating our corn. That's kind of a rare thing. We'll go on down here. You can see that okra up there. Here's one more row of tomatoes I just planted and forgot. If you can tell, I didn't worry about weeding them. There's the other 2 rows of green beans. Same thing there. I didn't worry about the weeding. Here's me about 8 more rows of corn. This is sweet corn. It's called Incredible. I highly recommend it. It is a good corn. Now these last 3 rows, look at the difference here. Look at the difference in the height between this, which is short, actually, I think, for sweet corn. And look over there, I've got some corn over there 14 feet tall. And them ears, dude, them ears will get big. They're starting to come out now. They're starting to come out. That's Indian corn. I've got red Indian corn, I've got blue, and I've got multicolored. Here's my cantaloupe. First row is anyway. And the second two rows, second and third row there, are watermelon. There's a little melon right there. You see it? There's a nice one there. There's another one. They're coming on. I'm going to have a good year for watermelon. I normally don't grow good watermelon, but somehow they're growing good this year. That makes me happy. Can't hardly weed it because look, you can tell right there. There's some growing in there. That's a cantaloupe, I think. I don't know. Find out in a couple more weeks when it turns. If it turns a gold color, I don't know it's cantaloupe. Or cut it open. Okay, that just about does it. I showed you all my blackberries up there. Now here's my last row in the garden. This is a blackberry patch, a row of blackberries. A fella gave me these. I sold him some tomato plants. And I mentioned to him that I wanted to grow blackberries. I said, I like them big ones, as big as my end of my thumb. And I said, I don't like thorns on them because I take a blood thinner and all that stuff. I'm diabetic. I bleed like crazy if I just scratch myself, so I don't need the thorns. Oh, excuse me. And about a week later, he came up to the shop, came in the shop. I was in there working on something. He said, I got something for you out here. And he brought me 10 plants, and they were about 1.5 feet tall, about 18 inches tall. Blackberries. So I stuck them back here, and I ordered some more from North Farms, little short ones. The little ones are down here. I gotta get the weeds out of them. I'm ashamed of myself for the way this looks, but it'll be okay. I'll get that tiller in there this weekend and get them out. But this is what you get when you grow these. I mean, I don't see any ripe ones right now. We've been eating a couple off here, but not nearly, enough to sell. But you can see, look at the size of these things. Like I said, they're as big as my thumb. And I got a fat thumb. But they're looking good. They're looking good. So's my watermelons. I've got about 5 different kinds of watermelons over here. I've got the striped ones, I've got the solid ones, I've got the small ones. I've got some that are about the size of a little bigger than a softball, I'll call it. But I'm going to have to get back here and tie some of these blackberries up a little bit. They're starting to come through the fencing here I got made for it. So, folks, I've rambled on long enough, and I've got a lot of work to do up here. Like I said, we finally, the drought's over. We're finally getting the rain we've needed. I hope it wasn't too little too late, because I was afraid I was going to lose my tomatoes. I've got 2 rows of green beans here. I'm going to pull them. And you've seen how I pick my green beans. I don't pick them. I pull them up by the root. I pull the plant up by the root. Good enough. Good enough, And then I'll go to the house, put a fan on me, and then separate them right there on the table on the back of the deck. Listen to me some rock and roll. But I'm going to come up here now. I'm going to take this camera back to the house. And I'm going to come back with my bushel baskets. And I'm going to pick some tomatoes. Probably pick a little corn too. I think I'm going to get the last of the corn tonight. We sold about 4 bushel of corn at the market. We go to the farmer's market every Saturday. We're taking this Saturday off because we sold all the cucumbers. We're going to wait till we have potatoes. But I did sell about four bushel of corn, which wasn't bad. We sell them for $4 a dozen. I can't wait. I can't wait to fix me one on the back deck or two with in the shuck. I don't know if you've ever done it, but fix them in a barbecue them, heat them up real nice over the barbecue. Keep spraying water on them or you'll burn them. Keep spraying water on them. And when that dude is cooked and done, shuck it real fast. Leave the shuck on the bottom of it so you can hold on to it. And I dip it down in a coffee can I've got with 3 big chunks of melted butter in it. And I'm telling you, it's just, you think, oh, well, I do. I like it. I don't know if everybody else will, but I simply love it. I got to get the rest of my mulch. I'm going to have mulch in between these rows, too. As you can see, the mulch is working pretty good, It's doing its job. It just needs to be, thicker. I have the Texas Prepper 2 down in, I think he's in East Texas, to thank for this. He's the one I've watched all his videos on it. And we're going to have people come in and pick this themselves. We're going to bring them down here in the golf car if they want. It's just a walk from here to the, to the back of the shop, so it's up to them where they want to ride or not, and I'm sure they probably will. But we're going to sell them like that. You pick, $3 a pound. It won't be next year, but it will be the year after that. Well, folks, I hope your gardens are all going well. And I'm going to get off of here now. I've talked long enough. And I will get back with the next video. Don't know when or what, but I will get back with you. And this is County Line Gardener saying for now, bye-bye.